To another episode here on my channel. My name is Small, and today we are talking about the whole Among Us Fortnite situation. I'm also doing this live on stream right now, so if I'm getting something slightly wrong, I will not be able to fix that too much because, well, I cannot just start the recording anew because, again, I'm also live and it looks a little bit weird for all the people who are watching right now. But yeah, if you're wondering also why I'm talking to some people in my chat and you're like, who is he talking to? I'm live right now, but I want to talk about this. So if you have missed it, good old Fortnite had a huge new update, and they also implemented a new game mode, and that game mode is called Imposters, right? Yeah. And it's a carbon copy of Among Us. Now, of course, people will immediately say, whoa, 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 mo, 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 mo. Like, it's just they're taking some of the gameplay features and putting that in Among Us. It's not the same thing, and especially because Among Us was not the first game who ever made up those games, right? Those gameplay elements have been way around before Among Us was even a thing. Like, right, we had Mafia or Werewolf, right, back in the day. And that is something entirely different. And yeah, you were absolutely right. Among Us, of course, didn't make this up. Among Us didn't invent this. No, it's not the case at all. But let's be real here. Taking ideas from other video games have been a long tradition. That's how the video game industry works, if you don't know. People create a game, other developers look at this, and they're like, hey, this is cool. We could make something similar, and we could make it different. Like, just a day ago, Humankind came out, a game we will actually play today. And Humankind is a 4X game. And the first time you are firing it up, you will think, whoa, that's like Civilization. That's feels and looks and plays like Civ. Yeah, that's pretty much at that point, right? But then when you were looking a little bit closer, you realize also very quickly, okay, I see that this is a 4X game, that this takes ideas from Civilization, but it's a whole different level. Like, it has so many different things for its going themselves that it isn't just a carbon copy. It's its own game with its own spin. So those things have been going on in the game industry for decades. And we had some really amazing games in the past because developers took an already good game and refined it. Like, if you want to know one of the top developers who have been doing this for decades, ask Blizzard. Well, not the new Blizzard, not right now Blizzard, but back in the day the Blizzard. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like, most of their games were copies of other games, but they made it better. They learned from other games, and they were like, yeah, hey, we can make this. We can do this. But how about we are making it better? Let's do that. So there's a huge difference in that. But what Fortnite is going to do right now is they have literally taken Among Us. There's emergency meetings, there are imposters, like all the things you can do in the game have basically the same names. There are mini games all over it. And even the map, when you're looking at it, like, there are definitely some similarities here. They're not a carbon copy of it, but it's like, you can see it right here, right? Like, it's like, yeah, they took some ideas here. And it's like, okay, they put this one instead down there, they put it up here. It's just barely enough that people really don't will, well, people call them out for that now, but it would be enough that if they would get dragged to court, nothing would happen, right? But they are also using the same terminology. They are doing everything exactly like Among Us. And here's the thing. When you are comparing it to Mafia, right? Like, Among Us is a different game. Or another game which is similar to Among Us, I have actually played like a few weeks ago and I really enjoyed, was First Class Trouble. First Class Trouble is another game which is similar to Among Us, but it isn't Among Us. It is its own spin on the imposter game, you know? And it's just, yeah, like Fortnite could have probably done the same thing and it would have been just better. By the way, there's some First Class Trouble running in the background. I just put that up here. Like, you have some mini games, of course, but the game itself is still very different. Like, there's a very different game here, and it's more focusing on the gameplay aspect instead of just sitting together and figure out who the imposters are, right? So it's definitely different in that regard. But Fortnite just decided to say, okay, you know what? We want to be another Among Us, and what you're going to do about it. And I think that's the sad thing. Like, the developers are not even mad that they did it, but they were like, hey, like, you could have just, talked to us. You could have just worked things out. Like, we could have done a collaboration or something like that. And nothing happens, right? They just took it, they put the Fortnite skin over it, and they were like, here's a game mode, which is definitely not Among Us, but it is Among Us, and we know you will love it. And here's the problem I have with this a little bit, and this is Epic the company and not Fortnite. It's Epic. You are fighting a fight right now with Apple about, right, making things right and having like fair payment for everyone, Apple like treating everyone fairly, and so on and so forth, right? Like, that's what they are fighting for right now, or well, they say they are fighting for right now. And it's like, yeah, maybe you should have done that yourself. Like, when you made this game mode, you might should have reached out to the Among Us staff and be like, hey, maybe we can collab on this, maybe we can work together. But no, you decided not to, which is a bit unfortunate. And you know what the biggest problem here is that back in the day when Fortnite first came out, PUBG was saying similar things. Like, hey, like, what's going on here? Right? Like, this is very much like PUBG. It's not just a BR game, but you used like a lot of gameplay elements, a lot of functions from us directly in Fortnite. Like, even some of the interface. What is this? And Epic was like, don't know what you were talking about. Like, come on, man. It's just a BR game. Like, it's not you. And they were actually thinking about dragging Epic to court. Till then, somebody told Bluehole, which is now Krafton, hey, don't do it. You don't want to open that can. Like, you really don't want to open that can. So don't do it. Just don't do it. And then Bluehole was like, yeah, okay, well, you were right. We should probably not do this. And they didn't. But they thought about dragging them to court. So, of course, again, Among Us will not drag them to court about this because nobody wants to open up that can of worms. But it's just, this is a problem Epic has right now. and this is, I think, the TLDR of all of this, now that we are wrapping it up. But the TLDR is Epic has an image problem. Epic has an image problem outside of the fans of Fortnite. And that image problem is not going away with those kind of actions. Because they want to, like, Fortnite wants to be more than just a game. They want to be a metaverse, how they call it. That's the name. But if you want to do this, and you want to be more than just a game, you also have to try to come to terms with other gaming communities. And yeah, they're not doing so hot on that as of late. So instead of just blatantly taking the concept of Among Us down to the T, again, it's not the first imposter game. We've already established that. Like, there are other games who had those ideas, but Among Us put their own spin on it. And Fortnite did not really. So this thing is now done. Nothing will happen. But for the next time, you might want to put your own spin on this Epic, or you might want to talk to the developers and maybe reach an agreement. And I know you are capable of that, because you have showcased that you can do it with so many skins and so many, like, in-game events, that you can actually collaborate with other people. So please do that in the future. That would be nice. With that said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you're on your way out, I would appreciate if you might consider to leave a like. If you didn't like this video for whatever reason, well, then there's a dislike button right next to it. And if you're also new to the channel, you want to see more gaming news, opinions, reaction videos, gameplay, tips and tricks, like the whole shebang when it comes to gaming, I would also appreciate if you might consider to subscribe to the channel. It would help me out a lot. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Hope I see you next time.